All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Minnesota Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event today. We have some fantastic schools that are here with us today. My name is Stephanie. I will be your presenter for this session, or sorry, your facilitator, not your presenter. Before we get started, I do have just a few housekeeping announcements to share with everyone. Your camera and microphone are off, so our panelists cannot see or hear you, but you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to our presenters at any point in time during our 45 minutes together. This is just one of many different sessions that are happening, so please be sure to check out the full schedule on the website. And this session is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Minnesota. I would now like to turn it over to our first institution, the University of Arizona.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Quinn Moorer, and I am a regional recruiter for the University of Arizona. And I am the point of contact for students and families who live in Minnesota. And I'm really excited to talk with you about where your dreams will take you at the University of Arizona. Here you'll be studying at Arizona's first university alongside 36,000 undergraduate students, 40% of who are also out-of-state students just like you. And about 50% of our students do self-identify as ethnicities other than white. And we are designated as a Hispanic serving institution, meaning that about 25% of our students identify as coming from backgrounds of Hispanic or Latin origins. We are proud to be named a top 10 public university in the West, and our campus is 1 square mile, and it's located in Tucson, Arizona. To start our conversation, I do want to give you a little overview about Tucson. It is the second largest city in the state, and it is warm and sunny year-round in southern Arizona. Tucson is one of the premier outdoor destinations in the country. It's also a hub of food and culture. Downtown Tucson is about 2.5 miles from campus, making it the perfect backdrop and complement to our Wildcats time on campus. Academically, we have more than 300 majors housed in all of these colleges. We have a degree search tool where you can filter by interest area or search by keyword. We also have a My Majors quiz to help you narrow down the right fit for you. To highlight some of our colleges, the two largest are the College of Science and the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences. Additionally, our Eller College of Management is currently ranked number 20 in public undergraduate business programs. There is always something to do on campus, so you will rarely be bored. School pride is really part of our lifestyle, and it's not just for our sports teams. Our Wildcats start making friends, enjoying their free time, and building their resume as soon as they get to campus by joining different clubs and organizations. Every year, our students also produce campus events that celebrate our community, like the Spring Fling Carnival and the Bear Down Music Festival, to name just a couple. To help support you both in and out of the classroom, our Student Success District is home to our student support services. And to shout out a few of these, the A Center provides academic advising for undeclared or undecided students, which is the second most popular major for our incoming students. The A Center is also home to our pre-law advising and our pre-health professions advising. And since about 30% of our students are the first generation in their family to go to college, our First Cat supports them through graduation and beyond. To help you make your home in Tucson, we do have 23 dorms for you to choose from. On average, students who live on campus their first year have higher GPAs and higher four-year graduation rates. The housing application opened on August 16th, and the priority deadline to apply is May 1st. The earlier you apply for housing, the more choices you'll have for rooms and potential roommates. Now let's switch gears to the admissions process. When you apply, your self-reported high school transcript is the most important part of your application. We are looking specifically for these 16 core courses, and we will recalculate your GPA using the 16 core classes on an unweighted 4.0 scale. And this is the GPA we'll use for admission and scholarship purposes. Speaking of scholarships, all you need to do to be considered for our largest merit awards is to submit a completed application. This is our scholarship awarding chart for students who are planning to begin at Arizona in the fall of 2022. For reference, out-of-state tuition is currently about $37,000. Applying to the University of Arizona means filling out the application online, which can take as little as 30 minutes. When you fill out the application, have your transcript on hand because you will be asked to type in your completed courses and grades and your in-progress classes as well. The next step to submitting your application is to pay the $80 application processing fee or to submit a fee waiver. We will use your self-reported transcript for the application process, but if you decide to become a Wildcat and you enroll at the University of Arizona, we will follow up with you and ask for an official transcript for verification. ACT and SAT scores are optional for admission to all of our programs. Once you submit your completed application, you'll get your decision in about 2 or 3 weeks. To alleviate some of the stress while you're waiting, I want to point out our assured admissions policy, which means you are guaranteed to be admitted if you rank in the top 25% of your graduating class, or if you have an unweighted GPA of 3.0 or higher in those core 16 classes. If that doesn't apply to you, please know that we do have a comprehensive review of all of our applicants where we look at your grades, involvements, jobs, and the optional personal statement and test scores if you provide them. I hope you'll be able to visit our campus either in person or online. You can find all of our current offerings at arizona.edu/visit. And again, my name is Queen Moorer and my contact information is here on the slide, or the QR code will take you to our recruiter contact page where you can find me. Thanks for being here, and bear down.
Hi, everyone. My name is Erica. I'm from Northern Michigan University. I'm really excited that you're here today. Northern is located in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan in Marquette. We are right on the shores of Lake Superior. We celebrate all 4 seasons here in Marquette, and our natural setting makes for amazing outdoor experiences all year round, academic and recreational. Many of our students love the outdoors, but you really don't have to in order to thrive here. Marquette and Northern are safe, friendly, and welcoming. So we're a mid-sized institution, which means we're large enough where we have a lot of programs to choose from, but a strong alumni network, connections around the world, nice facilities, but small enough where you have small class sizes and your professors know your name. So the average class size is about 28. The average lab and seminar sizes are about 15. This gives your professors the ability to get to know you on a personal level. So those close relationships result in mentorship and guidance as you move through your experience at Northern and on to whatever you're going to do next, whether that's grad school or joining the professional world. So we have over 170 academic programs. Some of our popular programs are related to our natural setting, like fisheries and wildlife management, environmental studies, sustainability, but also we have things like nursing and art and design, criminal justice, sports science, a large array of business programs, and medicinal plant chemistry, which is the first program of its kind in the US. You get hands-on experience right away. So you find out what you love so you can get more specific, or what you hate so you can pivot or shift to the program that's the right fit for you. But you're working with real people in the real world in professional settings with real equipment and real resources. And then you leave Northern well prepared to take your next steps in grad school or your professional careers. So Northern is a welcoming space for students from all backgrounds, beliefs, and experiences. And we're an institution that emphasizes access to higher education. So there are no letters of recommendation, no essays, no test scores as part of the application. And we have a ton of first generation college student resources available as well. And there's also academic and emotional support, like academic support programming, tutoring, disability services, counseling, all to facilitate student success. And your student experience outside of the classroom is also a really important piece of your college education. So when you feel connected and you're contributing to your community and you're sharing your perspective, you're happier and you do better in the classroom. So I already mentioned that many of our students are outside all year round, but there's also a lot going on inside too. So we have over 300 student organizations. There's academic, non-academic, special interest, social. We also offer a lot of leadership programs, some that are credit bearing and come with a stipend. And then there's also community service and volunteering opportunities too. All of these are a really big part of our identity here at Northern. There are also events happening on campus that are going to keep you busy as a spectator, so the arts, but also athletics as well. So we have things like esports, which is a varsity sport that grants scholarships, as well as hockey, football, things like that. So there's a lot going on campus. So let's talk about finances. This is an important piece for a lot of families when making a college decision. So this financial fit is an important factor. So for our out-of-state tuition and fees, room and board altogether amount to around $29,240 per year. But the average financial aid package for students is around $12,300. And that is due in part to the financial aid package that students are receiving, including scholarships. So our Wildcat Merit scholarships bring that out-of-state tuition rate closer to in-state. We also have competitive scholarship opportunities ranging from $1,000 to a full ride in our presidential scholars competition. For students who might be a senior right now, we are still accepting applications for this program too. And then there's other free money opportunities as well that students can do some additional applications for. I also want to mention that a laptop is included in tuition with access to Northern's LTE network across the Upper Peninsula. I don't think it's a secret that the world is at a pivotal point right now. So there's so much that's coming to a head right now in the US and all over the world. And you are all going to change this world. And we need you to change this world. And at Northern, we really want to give you the tools to do that. So our alumni are making a big impact, and we know that you are going to do the same. We want to help you make the biggest impact that you can. So we would love for you to come and visit Northern and learn more about us. We're offering virtual and on-campus visit opportunities. I can only talk about so much in 6 minutes. So if any of this resonates with you, come check us out and experience this place with yourself, however you're able to do that. You can scan the QR code here to get more information from Northern. Again, my name's Erica. I work with our students from Minnesota. My job is to help you through this process, and I'd really love to hear from you.
Sorry, everyone, couldn't simultaneously share and unmute. So here we go. I am April. I am from Lake Superior College. We're located in beautiful Duluth, Minnesota, which is kind of like the northeast part of Minnesota. So all of you Minnesota students here probably are relatively familiar with Duluth. We're located on 97 acres of this beautiful wooded land here, lots of hiking, biking trails. And of course, a great view of Lake Superior. We're also only 5 minutes away from downtown, from the mall. So even though we're kind of secluded and tucked away, you're not ever far from anything. We offer very affordable.
Erica, we lost your screen share. I just wanted to let you know.
Oh no. Thank you.
You're welcome.
There we go.
There we go.
Hey. I mean, you could just stare at my face the whole time, but preferably you can see what
Perfect.
I'm talking about. So we're affordable quality education. We are the third lowest tuition rate in the Minnesota state system. We are a community and technical college, so I think I might be the only 2-year college here on the screen. So we kind of generally have two camps of students, the students who are really in a career focused program, and then students who are coming here to then transfer and save tens of thousands of dollars in the meantime. So our career focused programs will be those things that you think of, dental hygiene, the trades, aviation maintenance. We have a very popular nursing program. A lot of our nursing students are going into their RN. They graduate as a registered nurse, and then they have the opportunity to work in the field and then have their Bachelor of Science in Nursing paid for by our local hospital systems. So that's a pretty popular route. But otherwise, a ton of students are here to transfer to get their AA, complete those general courses. Our tuition is $5,500 a year. So again, that's pretty substantial savings right there. And if you're doing your AA degree, you can also do it with zero textbook cost. So that will save a couple $100 right there. In the first 2 years of us doing this, we've saved students $300,000, not individually, just collectively, but still, it's a big savings. We also do have varsity athletics. So we have 3 nationally competitive teams in cycling, so mountain biking, men's and women's soccer, and then clay target, which is kind of a growing athletic field for us. But we also, of course, have sport clubs, intramurals, anything fun that you can think of. We still have here on campus, even though we are a smaller school, and our average class size is 17 students for every 1 instructor. And that's for every class. Like your very first day on class, you might have, those really small classes. As big as it gets, it's going to be 40 students. So nothing too intimidating, and still have that, fun college vibe here at LSC. We have some housing options as well. So the biggest question with the community and technical college is, where am I going to stay? Especially if you're coming up to Duluth from another area. We have a lot of off-campus student apartment options that we kind of partner with. They're built for students. So you have, 4 bedrooms with your own bathroom, a shared living and dining space. And another option is to stay at University of Wisconsin-Superior, which is just right across the bridge from us. It's about a 10-minute drive, or you can ride the public bus because you get a free bus pass. Parking is also free. But if you stay at UWS, you get that dorm experience plus a meal plan. So kind of that more traditional college experience. And soon we're going to have very near campus housing. So you can kind of see an overview of our campus there. That little yellow box is where those apartments are going to be. They won't be owned by us, but you can still certainly use financial aid to help pay for that if you need it. That being said, a lot of our students do work while they're in school, whether they're pursuing a career-focused path and working in the field that they're going to be doing after a 2-year program, or just because that's life and college is expensive. So a lot of students are also able to work and pay for their rent that way. So our admissions details, our application is totally free at all times. It takes maybe 10 minutes or so to complete the online application. And then we just ask that you send an in-progress transcript if you're currently in high school. When you graduate, we'll get that final transcript as well, just to verify things. Test scores are not required for admission. If you did have test scores, or if you are planning on taking tests, we can certainly use them to help place you into English and math courses. But again, it's not necessary to get enrolled in the college. You can also self-place yourself in English and math. And of course, if you're doing those more career-oriented pathways, so if you're doing like a diploma in welding, for example, you won't necessarily need to get placed in English and math because you would be fully hands-on in the classroom, learning exactly what you're going to be doing in your job from instructors who are also currently working in the fields and are just passionate about teaching the next generation of welders or whoever it may be. So if you have any questions, I just always recommend emailing our enroll account. There's 3 of us admissions representatives here at LSC, so we all are happy to answer any questions you might have. Otherwise, we also always encourage scheduling an on-campus visit so that you can see the area. Duluth is beautiful, outdoors opportunities, and just kind of see the campus as well, especially because so many people haven't been to a community college campus before. So we always recommend coming, seeing what it's like, and seeing if you can fit in. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Marissa and I'm with Upper Iowa University Admissions, and I primarily work with students from the Minnesota area. So a little bit about Upper Iowa is we're located in Northeast Iowa in the town called Fayette. It's a very small town in rural Iowa, has roughly about 750 total population in the town. But students get kind of different things, get a small town feel with a big campus feel as well. So we're a private Division II four-year institution. We have roughly about 650 students on the Fayette campus. We have an enrollment after graduation rate of 94%. We have a ton of different majors on campus as well. So starting with our School of Business and Professional Studies, the Andre School of Education, and then finally our School of Arts and Sciences. So with that small town, small campus feel, your class sizes are going to be a lot smaller. So they're going to be roughly about 12:1 to the student to faculty ratio. And then also we are the only Division II college in Iowa. So we're able to offer any athletic scholarships based on the student and the coach. So what kind of sets Upper Iowa apart from other universities is we run on an 8-week, 2 to 3 time class schedule. So on this slide right here, I've broken it down to all of them, kind of classes that you might take while you're at Upper Iowa. So you're starting in fall session 1, taking 2 classes. After 8 weeks, you're done with those 2 classes, and then you take another set of 2 to 3 classes. So you're still getting the same credit-wise as doing a 16-week classes, but you're kind of getting more in depth, being able to concentrate on those 2 to 3 classes at a time. And it's a huge advantage to students that are looking to do other things outside of academics, so getting involved with clubs, organizations, athletics, things like that. You're able to have a little bit of both of having social life, classes, athletics, things like that. So affordability, so we have tons of scholarships with being a private institution, but also upon acceptance, you will receive an academic scholarship. So at the top of this slide is a breakdown of all of our scholarships. So it's all GPA based. So upon getting your high school transcript sent to us, you'll be able to be reached out by me on which scholarship that you would be able to apply for. And with our testing, we are conditionally for all of our tests. So if you're above a certain GPA, we do not require that test to be submitted, but if it does benefit you at all for the next highest scholarship for our merit scholarships, we will put that into effect. But if not, we'll just disregard it. So here's our, like I said before, here's a breakdown of our schools. And we have over 30 majors on campus, and then with 20 minors, 44 educational endorsements for any of our education students. And then we also have our pre-professional programs that students are able to finish their 4 years at Upper Iowa and then finally go on to get their master's and go to graduate school for pre-medicine, pre-dentistry, things like that. Our top majors on campus are going to be business, biology, and then also our education program. But we did just start our nursing program on campus. So you'll actually receive a degree from both Upper Iowa University and Allen College. So you'll do your first 3 years at Upper Iowa, and then finally you'll do your last year of clinicals down at Allen College in Waterloo, which is about 30 minutes south of Fayette. So here is the breakdown of our admissions process. So start by filling out our free application. So we don't require any essays, things like that. And our application is free to fill out online, and then sending in those official transcripts from your high school. And then finally filling out that FAFSA to get that offer letter sent out. And then finally doing the steps after you've decided that the university is a place that you want to attend. So a couple more things, some new programs that we have going on campus. I already talked about our nursing program, so that's a huge benefit to us. But then we also have some extracurriculars that students can get involved with our DECA program. So that's dealing with different things with business. So you're doing competitive business competitions. And then also our forensics competitive speech. So that's both opportunities receive some extra money up to $3,500 for both of those clubs. But then we also have different activities with our Division II athletics. We have 12 men's sports and 13 women's sports. And then we have 2 co-curricular varsity sports. But on the screen right here is my information. So if you have any questions, concerns, or you want to schedule a visit, feel free to reach out to me, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.
Perfect. Well, good evening, afternoon, everyone. My name is Derek Nagley. I am your admissions counselor here at Pacific University. And what that means is if you apply to Pacific, I'm going to be the person on the other end chatting with you and looking over your application. So I get the pleasure of telling you a little bit about our awesome university and what you're going to have to offer while becoming a boxer here at Pacific. So Pacific itself, we're located out on the West Coast in the state of Oregon. We're up in the northwest corner in a place called Forest Grove. You're going to hear a lot that it's kind of the best of everything, but where we're located is about 30 minutes outside of downtown Portland. So you're able to fly into Portland International Airport and get all the way out to our campus using mass transit. Explore around us. So these beautiful mountains behind me, this is the Pacific Coast Range. That's only about a 15-minute drive from our campus to over 1,500 miles of hiking in the Tillamook National Forest, or a little bit further out, and you can be sitting on the Oregon coast at 3 different beaches within an hour drive of campus. But being so close to Portland, the great thing is we are close to a lot of those big companies that have moved into what we call the Silicon Forest, which is this big tech area around Portland. And it's places like Nike, Xerox, Intel, Columbia, all have big world headquarters there that our students can access and have the opportunity to do research and internships at as well. And at Pacific, we are a small private liberal arts school. We have over 65 different majors, minors, and programs. So it's a little bit of everything, but we're best known for the pre-health professions, especially optometry, physical therapy, occupational therapy. But we also have nationally and regionally ranked creative writing, education, and business programs. And we just added a brand new outdoor leadership major, arts advocacy minor, and then majors in sports communication and sports management. So there's a lot for you to experience and kind of check out while you're at Pacific. And at Pacific, to a specific program, you're not applying to a specific major and can't change your mind, but you are applying to Pacific. And that gives you access to all of those 65 different majors, minors, and programs. And we don't have a separate honors college because we treat all of our programs as if they're at the honors college level. So that means small classes with an average class size of only 19 students. You're going to know your professors and they're going to know who you are and will call on you in class. And at Pacific, all of our classes are taught by full professors. So there's no TAs running around doing any teaching while you're here. And for our 1,900 undergraduate students, we are giving you a 4-year guarantee, which means that you're able to come to Pacific, get your degree in 4 years, and take that next step right away without having to do 5th years, 6 years, or victory laps, but that all of our students are able to get that small, intimate classroom experience along with that really strong application, the major you're getting there, and that 4-year guarantee while you're a student. And the other side of that is we know that when you graduate, you're going to need more than just a degree. So we start building up your resume your freshman year using our top private research university in the Pacific Northwest experiences and doing internships, job shadowing, and research your freshman year, and then building on it for all 4 years while you're at Pacific. So whether that means doing research at Nike, maybe that means working within our library system in the creative writing department or publishing your own books, or running an art gallery through the art advocacy program, you are going to be using your program and getting that experience so that when you graduate, you're able to get a job right afterwards or go on to graduate school at very high levels. Instead of having to wait around or do extra years of experience, you're doing that as part of your education while you're at Pacific. We also know our students need an outlet, and we highly encourage our students to be involved. We have over 70 different clubs and organizations on campus, ranging from student government and academic clubs like you hear about, all the way over to our Hawaii club. So at Pacific, about 15% of our students come from the islands of Hawaii, and we actually put on the largest student-run luau on the mainland US. So even coming from Minnesota, you can actually join the Hawaii club, take hula lessons, and dance on stage at the largest student-run luau anywhere on the mainland. Or maybe that means you're someone who's done something for the past 4 years and want to keep building on that. So that means finding that same group that has the passion that you have through performing arts, through different religious and ethnic background clubs, or through varsity sports. We have over 20 different performing arts groups on campus, and you do not need to major or minor to be part of those. And same thing with athletics. We have 24 varsity, 28 intramural, and 10 club sports. Our varsity sports are played at the NCAA Division III level in the Northwest Conference. So you're still very competitive. You get to compete against some amazing teams and go to national competitions. But at the same time, you are a student athlete. And so you're able to mix and match all of these things rather than having to pick out only one thing while you're a student here at Pacific. We also want you to take that education outside of the classroom into the world to kind of, again, work on solving real world problems, whether that's through the Outdoor Pursuits Office, like I was talking about with the Outdoor Leadership major, and taking trips into the Pacific Northwest, studying abroad at 27 sites around the world, or 2 to 3 week travel classes, or giving back through our community service. And Pacific has continually been on the President's List of Community Service Colleges. So we're very, very proud of what our students are able to do and give back both to our local community and to our regional and national community as well. And to get excited about Pacific and be part of the Boxer family here, you're going to need to apply to Pacific. Again, one application for all of this. You're going to apply through Common App online for free. And based on that, we're going to be able to reach out to you and talk to you about scholarship opportunities. There's no in-state or out-of-state scholarships, no in-state or out-of-state tuition. Everyone's looking at the same opportunities. Our academic merit scholarships range from $15,000 to $27,000 per year for all 4 years you're here at Pacific. Those are based on your academic profile. So your grades, the classes you're taking, but they are test optional. You can be admitted to Pacific and get our highest merit scholarship without sending in test scores. But if you want to include them because you feel like it's a strong part of your application, we're glad to include that as well. We also have opportunities for music, dance, and theater scholarships and for senior preview days for those of you who are seniors. If you have more questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'll put my information in the chat as well. And I appreciate you listening this afternoon.
Hello, hello, hello. This is Zheqi Chad Yan. I am the admissions counselor. Could you all hear me already? Fantastic. Well, first of all, I'm really blessed to be representing the University of South Dakota, and I am the admissions counselor specifically working with students from the state of Minnesota and the 9 nations, indigenous nations in South Dakota. So I do want to offer a brief blank acknowledgement that USD is situated in the traditional homeland of the Oceti-Sakowin, specifically in the Yankton Sioux Nation or Yahantwan Nation. So here I'm here to share with you what really makes USD stand out. Okay, so we are the flagship university established in 1862, so having 160 years of history. Located in Vermilion, South Dakota, conveniently within a short drive and just an hour south of Sioux Falls, 2 hours east of Omaha. And with our total enrollment, just less than 10,000 students, 75% of which are undergraduate, and about 15%, sometimes 13% of a BIPOC student population. And with our 15-to-1 student to faculty ratio, our average class size is only 26. Usually by the second week, professors would know you by first name, making it exceedingly hard for any of you to skip any classes, just so that you know. Yes, we are the best in the Dakotas, in case if you're wondering or considering schools in North Dakota, just know that we're also #1 and we are the home of a coyote. That is our mascot, exhibiting and have a strong spirit in teamwork and collaboration. USD does feature 7 colleges in total, and I just want to feature a few well-known and exciting programs such as psychology under the College of Arts and Sciences, medical biology, a great pathway to medical school, and the only artificial intelligence program currently in the state of South Dakota. Legal studies is another brand new program that helps students interested in law. And next, we do have a School of Education featuring a whole entire year of a practicum or student teaching during your senior year. That way it equips you and helps you get comfortable standing in front of students and become very effective teachers before you even graduate. And medical biology, science, or nursing are under our School of Health Sciences, helping you become experts in the healthcare field. We've heard it's good to know people in high places. In this case, having the only law school in the state of South Dakota, our future attorneys and lawyers have incredible access both within South Dakota, the region, and nationally. And of course, medical school, usually a class of 65 do graduate annually. And overall, we do have 202 majors, minors, and certificate programs for you to choose from, really abundant of options for you all. I want to highlight a few opportunities for internships and co-ops. First of all, research is really important. We have Idea Fest. Usually, once you get accepted, your research proposal is accepted, you would do an oral or poster presentation first week of April. Really makes your resume stand out. We also have a You Discover summer program. You will stay on campus for a few weeks, also receive $5,000 stipend while doing your scholarly work. How about STIRA with an emphasis on research in addiction? That definitely is a lot of fun. And also departmental specific research and internship opportunities. We actually offer stipend. One of our recent graduate toured through 4 different countries over 4 summers, and her overall out-of-pocket expenses were $2,000 thanks to our specific scholarships available from our Department of Political Science. And in case if you're considering finding a job while in college or identifying suitable internships, we do have Kyle Careers portal. You can even utilize it after you graduate. Right here, as you can see illustrated right here for alumni. And in terms of student life, we have over 170, close to 180 organizations to help hone your leadership and communication skills, the most vibrant Greek life in the state of South Dakota. And for those of you sports fans, we do have 18 Division I sports teams, plenty of spirited games for you to attend and cheer on for our teams. And to apply, it's very simple. On any USD page, top right-hand corner will get you to our application. But like any other university, it takes less than 30 minutes to apply, and the $20 application fee could be waived when requested and when you qualify. If you have a 2.6 cumulative GPA or 21 ACT or top 50% of your class, congratulations, you are in. And within 48 hours, I will render your admissions decision. There's no waiting around. Plenty of scholarship opportunities, usually less than $10 million, around $10 million every year awarded to our 10,000 students. And this is really important since we have majority of the students coming from Minnesota. Just want to highlight the cost differential between in-state and our reciprocity tuition is only $500, making USD truly one of the most affordable. The next step, please visit our gorgeous campus. Don't you see? And it's very compact, only 26 acres in this beautiful city of Vermilion. So please apply once again. Hopefully, if you have found USD to pick your interest, reach out to me. And I'm here to help you every step of the way. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much to all of our presenters. Information fantastic. Everyone did a wonderful job. I hope all of our students and families really learned something new tonight. We have, let's see, about 5-6 minutes left in our session. So if all of our presenters could turn their cameras back on, I'm going to pose a question and we'll just go in the same order that everyone presented in, just to share a little bit of more information with our attendees. So my question for everyone is, could you please give our students and families one piece of advice that you would give to someone going through the college search process? We'll start with Arizona.
That's a great question. Thanks, Stephanie. Okay, so my one piece of advice is, I think considering the financial fit should be one of the first things. I know you saw so many like fun and interesting things for all of our campuses, but that financial piece is really the most important, setting yourself and your family up for success and not tons and tons of loans.
I would say for me, the piece of advice that I give in the college search process is to visit. when you visit schools, you get a sense of what you like and what you don't like. And you can really start to piece together your perfect institution and get a sense of what it is that's important to you. It can look one way on paper, but when you actually go, you get some good perspective.
Yeah, totally echoing Quinn on the financial piece. I think that's huge. I also think it's just really important to think about what you as a person want, not just in a college, but for your career. Like, do you really foresee yourself sitting in a 9-to-5 job? Or do you think you would really prefer something more hands-on? And just being really honest with yourself and not feeling the pressure of, but all of my friends are going to X school, I should just go there. Just really think through kind of where you're planning on going after college, and that can help narrow it down.
One piece of advice that I get is visit as many schools as you want. Kind of get a feel of what every school that you possibly think that you want to attend, and kind of compare your options. Compare if you liked one thing about a university that you noticed that one other one didn't have, feel free to ask the admissions counselor, what do you guys have to offer with this? Because if we can't find, we're going to try to find the best thing that we can possibly give for you to make you feel comfortable where you're attending.
And I always like to tell families not to focus on one word. So colleges have this really annoying habit where we will rename anything we possibly can just so we can sound unique. So when you're looking for a major or a location or a program, just because it's called something in one school or one state, it might be something completely different in another. So if you're looking for a program, really quickly, just Google what else is this major called, and you might actually find a lot of other really great opportunities that you would have missed out on otherwise.
At the risk of repeating some of the former counselors, I do want to emphasize how important it is to visit as many schools as you can. The reason is because I personally believe there's a spiritual component to it. I'm not afraid of you visiting so many schools that you might not consider USD anymore. I do believe that USD has a lot to offer, and when you truly can connect to the campus, the flowers, and the people or the buildings at USD, you will feel in your stomach that you are coming here. So please do visit as many as you can. Ultimately, I'm here to help you make the best decisions of your life, not to try to convince you to come here. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Those were great answers. All right, let's do one more for everyone. Okay, so our last question that we will end on this evening is, what is one thing that you would like students to remember about your school? One thing.
Wow, that's a good one. One thing. Warm and sunny in Southern Arizona, my Minnesota friends, and you're gonna have more free time in college. So what better way to spend it than having beautiful weather all year round?
I would say when you think about Northern community is a big thing that draws a lot of students here for different reasons. So they find a lot of times students will say, you know, if we say, well, why did you pick this school? They'll say, well, you know, it has the program, but it also has this community that that's really important to me and that I really like to be a part of.
Yeah, not to already steal someone's thought, but yeah, I totally agree. I think there's a lot of amazing things about Lake Superior College, but I think the city that you're going to be in also plays a really big role, especially because a lot of our students transfer to colleges also in Duluth, Minnesota. I was not outdoorsy before I came here, but things have a way of growing on you. I'm sure Derek is probably very familiar with how that tends to work. So don't be intimidated if it's like a totally different environment than what you're used to. Just go check it out and get to know the community around you.
I'd say ours is we're one big peacock family here. With how small our campus is, everyone's willing to help everyone. So we just call ourselves a one big peacock family.
And for Pacific, if you're looking for somewhere that you can do like 16 different things all at the same time, instead of just having to focus on a major or the outdoors, Pacific's a really great place for that, because you're going to be in a school where everybody's doing 16 different things rather than you being the only one.
Now, here at USD, we have the tremendous amount of opportunity in terms of diversity. Now, South Dakota isn't necessarily known for diversity, but I got to tell you, part of our diversity statement and commitment is to honor the traditions and the relationship with the 9 tribal nations here in South Dakota. As a result, here at USD, and also South Dakota has the 10% population that are Native American. So you can observe tremendous amount of presence and also tradition of our beautiful Native American students and cultures. And the Native American Cultural Center is always very welcoming, plenty of programming that you can come and expand your horizon. And that's unique. So not all universities offer that opportunity. So thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, everyone, one more time for joining us this evening. Students, families, attendees, when you close this window, there will be a very, very quick 5-question survey. We would greatly appreciate any feedback that you're willing to share with us. We also encourage you, remember, to check back to the schedule and sign up for some more sessions. And you will be able to find this session's recording as well as every other session recording at strivescan.com/Minnesota. Thank you, everyone, students, attendees, families, and of course, all of our presenters. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and we will see you soon.
Thank you all. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
counselors.
Thank you.